Okay, so here we go. It has been established, I think at this point, that this is locust. Some call it yellow locust, some call it black locust. I don't know. What I know is it's hard, and I think it's gonna make really good firewood. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and round up a stubby load. I have my #1 helper here, my only helper, Irene, and she's gonna be picking this stuff up and loading it into the back of Stubby. And we're gonna cut just a stubby load full of stuff. So, hee. Hold on, stay right there. Here we go, let's see how she runs. So real quick, the chain is shit. They're always shit. But even though, I mean, that's a pretty okay one because it is an Oregon. They do all right. But still, what I'm noticing, it doesn't have high RPMs, but it does have, I mean, it's got good torque. It's wanting to pull me into the wood, and it fires up and runs good. What more can you ask for? So this thing was on sale for $139. I made a mistake and didn't point it out to them, and so they charged me full price for it, but that's my mistake, really. But otherwise, it's $179. So anyways, I'm going to keep cutting and get some more footage. Well, that's the end of this video. All it takes is thrown chain and we're done. So overall, it's a fine little chainsaw. I mean, if you're a homeowner looking for something to cut up that tree that fell in your yard, the small tree, right? Or the branches off of a big tree, there you go. If you're a lawn care service that every now and then has to trim up a tree for a customer or something, you know, now I can't speak to its longevity, right? But it's, I mean, it's hard not to be an asshole. If you people would learn how to fix some shit, then, you know, I mean, you want to say, oh, that'll break, you know, well, fix it, you know. I mean, the most thing that's going to go wrong with this typical use like this is, you know, fuel lines will get gummy. You have to replace the fuel lines. Maybe a gasket or a seal here and there. I don't know. To me, I see things differently than the rest of the world because I can turn a wrench. And so would I rather have this than a $300 steel? Yes, I would, you know. But that's what it's going to take probably to match up with this right here. The little steels and Husqvarnas that you can get that are around the $200 mark are just shit. And so that's a perfectly acceptable saw that honestly feels just as good as an Echo 400. So we'll see. We'll dive into this. We'll do muffler mods and things like that, and we'll see if we can get some pretty good performance out of it. Okay, I wanted to keep going because for some reason in my head I thought it's important to showcase that the saw didn't break, it just threw a chain because I needed to tighten it up. It's a new chain, it stretched out on me and threw a chain. It doesn't mean the saw broke within the first 15 minutes of me using it. I feel like there's a lot of folks out there that would buy a saw like this, it throws a chain, and they go, oh, that thing's a piece of shit. Anyways, learn how to work on a saw, guys. It starts and it runs. What more can you expect? Irene says it sounds a little weak. It is, but it's only 42 cc's, and she's used to my big saws and stuff. So, but anyways, I think it's great, and way the hell better than a Steel MS 162. And since it's the Solo made, the Solo by Alco, and I'm quite certain that you can go ahead and expect the claims that they made where they say it was designed in Germany. So, yeah, nice little saw.